Today we're looking at the sounds S and Z. Both are produced at the intervocalic positions. That is, they are produced in the same positions of the mouth and place of articulation. But the difference is in their voicing, that is, in the vocal cords. Hello and thanks for watching. My name is Bridget. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for watching. I love you. Thanks for keeping my videos going. On this channel, I teach sounds, grammar, compositions, and other problematic topics in English. So if you want to learn more about these topics, please hit the like button, subscribe, share, and leave your comment in the comment section below. So now let's dive into today's activities. Now we're looking at the first sound, which is S. Now let's look at the description of the sounds first. Now the first thing we have to know is that S is a voiceless sound, that is, in the vocal cords, the air passes through the vocal cords freely, and so the air comes out freely. And it is an alveolar sound, which means that the sound is produced behind the teeth ridge and the hard palate. That is the upper teeth ridge and the hard palate. The teeth ridge is also called alveolar or alveolar ridge. It is oral because the sound is produced through the mouth and not through the nose. And it is also called a fricative sound. Fricative sounds, this means that the sound passes through a narrow opening between the articulators, and little sound or noise could be made when you articulate the sound. So now let's try it. S, s. The sound S can be found in these letters, in about 8 letters of the English language. So now how do we identify them? Now the first thing to know, if you're writing an examination on test of orals, you should know that a letter can actually have various ways with which it is pronounced. So that is what we're looking at today. Now we're looking at the S sound, which can be produced in the letter S, in letter SS. And so now let's take them one after the other. Now we have the first sound, which is letter S, sounding as S in letter S, as in lost. Now this is the middle position, and then we can find it in the beginning position, that is the beginning position, as in some. And then we have it in lost, lost, some. And then we have it in words like cups. Now cups, looking at this word, we have cups. The word cups is a plural form of cup. So when you are articulating the words with the voiceless consonant at the end with the letter S, then it sounds S. So the letter P is a voiceless sound, and so it takes the sound S. So we have it in cups. Now let's look at another example, the word cuts. The plural form of cuts is cuts. The letter T at the end of cuts is a voiceless consonant sound, and so it takes the sound S. So let's move on to SS, as in assist. Assist, when you're transcribing, though we have SS here, but it is transcribed as just a single S sound. So we have it as assist, assist. And then we move on to PS. This indicates that the letter P is silent. That is, it is not produced. So we pronounce it as some, some. Moving on to SW, as in sword. This means that the W is silent, and so it is produced as sword. Now let's move on to letter X. Is that strange? No. The letter X is sounding as S because this letter X, the letter X, has 2 sounds in it. We have the K and the S, as in ox, ox, ox. Now we have it in ox. Now majorly this sound X usually occur when it is preceded by letters A, I, E, and O. For example, we have the word mix, mix, M-I-X, mix. Now let's move on to SC, as in scissors, scissors. Now look at this SS here, produced as Z, and SS as in S. So we have scissors, scissors. This is usually followed by letters E, I, and Y. For example, scent, the word scent. Now let's look at the letter Z or the letter Z. We have it in the word blitz, blitz. Then we'll move on to the last letter here where we articulate the letter S as in letter C, which is usually produced as K, majorly at the beginning of the letter, right? We produce letter C as K. Now listen, in this environment, that is, in this lexical environment, talking about letters, the letter C here is produced as S. It is usually followed by letters E, I, and Y. If it's followed by letter E, I, and Y, so you produce it as S. Meanwhile, when it's followed by letters A, you could produce it as K, as in cut, cup, cut, as in C-U-T, cut. Now look at this environment. We have it as we followed by letter E, and then we followed it as in what? Letter E sound, that is I. So when it is followed by letters E, I, Y, it is produced as S. For example, we have cell, cell, and sense. Moving on to the sound Z, we have it as voiced, that is the vocal cords vibrate when you want to articulate the sound. So let's try this. Z, Z, Z. All right, let's move on. Z can be found in letters S, SS, Z, ZZ, or ZZ, and X. And X. Letter S sounding as Z is usually found in between vowels or when the letter S is preceded by the letter B and M. So we find the Z sound in them. So the Z sound in letter S is produced when it's found in between vowels or when it comes before the letters B and letters M. So we have it as in husband, not husband. Husband, husband. And then we find this letter S sounding as Z when in the plural form of words that are ending in a voiced sound. So let's look at this word. We have the word days. All vowels are voiced. And so when we find days, the A is voiced. And so the S will be produced as Z. Similarly, the word herbs, 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 herbs. We have the B, which is the voiced consonant sound. So the plural form of herb is herbs. So the B, the S there at the end of the letter S at the end of B is produced as Z. We have the SS sounding as Z. It is produced as possess here and it is sounding as S at the end. So we have the word possess. And then we have it in letter Z, which is the letter Z. It looks like it, and it is the letter that has the Z sound. So we have it in zoom, zoom. And then we have it in ZZ or letter ZZ as in embezzle, embezzle. Now the short sound is ellipted here because it can actually be omitted. And so we pronounce it as embezzle, embezzle. And so we move on to the last letter, which is letter X. The letter X here is produced as Z, 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 as in xylophone, xylophone, xylophone. Now listen, the letter Z can actually be silent as well in words. For example, we have the word rendezvous. the letter Z is not sounding in this word, and so it is produced as rendezvous. I hope you've learned something from this lesson. If you have, please like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in my next video. Recommendations, suggestions are also welcome. So please leave your suggestions in the comment section below. Thanks for watching and see you in my next video. Bye-bye.